Hi friends, welcome to IT Articles. Today we'll see the difference and the similarity between cookies and the web storage. So let's get started. This is basic HTML page. We can see where we have some sort of buttons. I have linked some script files and one CSS file. So in CSS file we have some basic styling our page, buttons and label, and we have two JavaScript file. We'll go through them. One is cookies operation and another is web storage operation. So if we see how this HTML page looks like initially, so this is how page looks like. You can see as a cookies, under the cookie section we have four buttons. This is to create the two cookies and deleting these two cookies, and these buttons to create 20 cookies and delete these 20 cookies, and this is to create 20 items in a local storage. In local storage, I mean web storage, I think let's rename it as a web storage, which is more appropriate. So yes, so as a web storage we are using the local storage. Of course we can use the session storage also, but as of now we are using the local storage. So we'll be creating a 20 items in local storage and we'll be deleting these 20. If we see our JavaScript files for the cookies, it says create cookies, n number of cookies we'll be creating. This is to get the current time, and here we can see we are adding 30 minutes duration to the current time, and we'll use this time to set the expiry of the cookies. So our cookie will expire after 30 minutes. Here in the loop we are creating the cookies n number times. We are creating n cookies and we'll be calling this function form cookies. So this is how it is forming the cookies, cookie name and cookie values. Then it is setting the expiries also, whatsoever expiry time we have set it here. That's current time plus 30 minutes. And in the delete time, as we know, to delete the cookies we should have expiry time as a past time. Then browser itself will consider it as a past cookie and will delete these cookies automatically. So here you are seeing, you can see instead of adding 30 minutes we are reducing these 30 minutes in the current times, and again creating the same cookies, I mean with the same name and same value with expiry time as a past time, so it will be considered as a delete. So this is how we are creating and deleting the cookies. In case if you want how cookies works, basic videos, you can find the link there in top right corner. Now we'll see web storage operation. So here we are creating n number of items in local storage. As I mentioned, you can use the session storage also. So session storage will be the same, set item, and here we'll be passing the key and value. Similarly to delete, this can be done this way. But as of now we are using the local storage, not session storage. So here you can see I need to create a n number of items, so I'm creating the key values and storing them, and here we are deleting them. So now we'll see the differences or the similarity between these two. Let's open the dev tool. So as of now you can see we don't have any item in local storage, we don't have any cookies also. Both storage, your web storage, either local or session storage, and the cookies are used to store some values at the client side. But this is basic similarity between these two, but there are a lot of differences between these two type of storage also, and we should be very careful when we are choosing one over the other. So if we jump back to the local storage, here you can see clearly it has just two parts. One is key and value, and there is no other properties, mean it do not have any expiry time and how to some sort of other attributes like making it accessible only for HTTP or to making it as secure and other stuff. While if we jump back to the cookies, you can see there are a lot of properties associated with the cookies. Your cookie name, cookie value, domain, I mean which domain this cookie belongs to, path for that domain, I mean we have slash one root slash another path, so we can specify for which path this cookie should be accessible. In case if we don't specify that, that means it's a root label and it will be denoted by the simple slash. So here we can set some expiry. We can see the expiry of this cookie. So after that time, once the time is over, the cookie will be considered as deleted, will be considered as expired, and will be deleted automatically. Here we can see the size this cookie is occupying. HTTP only means this cookie will be accessible only for HTTP protocol. Your JavaScript code cannot access this cookie. Secure means, in case if this flag is true, that's mean this cookie will be used only for HTTPS, not for HTTP. Same site is to make it secure. Let's say if you are submitting one request to your the root, your main site. Let's say this is our site abc.com. So in case if you are submitting some request to abc.com, then of course this cookie will be associated with this request. But if this request is coming from some other site, some malicious site, then this cookie should not be transferred. Let's say in your browser you have a one cookie for abc.com, and whenever you are making any request to abc.com, then this cookie will transfer to your server. This is actually one difference that I'll explain what did this mean. But just consider, whenever you are accessing abc.com, this cookie associated with abc will be transferred to your server. So if you have set this flag, that will check in case if the request is raised by abc.com only, then this cookie will be transferred. But in case if it is coming from xyz.com and xyz.com somehow using JavaScript code to make any request to abc.com, then this cookie will not transfer. So this cookie will verify or will check if the request is raised by same site only, then this cookie will transfer, else this cookie will not transfer. So these sort of flags we have with the cookies, but we don't have with your storage. So this is a basic difference between these two. Now we'll see what I mean. I said earlier, whenever you are making any request to the server, then this cookie will transfer. So let's jump back to the network tab, and if I refresh your page, we can see these requests are made to the server. If I jump back to the request header, as I mentioned earlier, we can see we don't have any cookie section here, right? Let's open this here just to explain something. Now if I press F12 to open the dev tool, create two cookies, okay, and if I refresh this page now, you can see the cookies is transferred now, but in the first page there was no cookie. So if we have some cookies are being sent to the server whenever you are making any request in a header. Now let's say if I open again, and let's say if I create F12 and create 20 cookies, if I make any or refresh this page, you can see these cookies now, all 20 cookies are being sent to the server. That's mean if you have n number of cookies, all n number of cookies will send to the server. That's mean if you have saved any data into cookies, that will send back to the server. So if you want some data to be available only for your client side, but not, you don't want to send this data to server, save in storage, not in cookies, because if you have saved in cookies, that will transfer to the server, and that is increasing the size of your header. That's mean whenever you are making the request, it will upload some more bytes to the server because you are sending some more data to the server. That is again a difference between the cookies and storage. So let's delete all 20 cookies and refresh this page to see if cookies are being sent. You can see we don't have any cookies because we have deleted all the cookies. If you jump back to here and let's create some cookies just to show you. So this is how we'll see the cookies if you have created. We have set the time as 30 minutes, so it will be available for 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes they will expire and will be gone from here. If we come back to the local storage, we don't have anything here, and let's delete these cookies. So we don't have any extra header here related to the cookies, right? Now we'll be creating 20 items in storage. So here you can see all 20 items are created, key value pairs. And if you are making any request to the server, you can see no cookies is here, and there is no such data related to your storage. So this is the major differences and similarity between two type of storage. I mean, both are used for storage, but with some differences. So in case if you want to save some data to your local only, I mean your browser, but you do not want to share with the server, use storage, local storage or your session storage as per your need, but don't use cookie. If you have used cookie, this data will transfer to the server and will increase your header size. But if you want to share this information with the server, use cookie, don't use storage. So that's all guys for today. Thank you so much, and in case if you like my videos, don't forget to share. Thank you so much.